Let me sound off in the beginning. We ain't losing, we back to winning. Hometown love, been repping from the start. Nothing but niners, red and gold in my heart. And we go hard when it's time to play. May have left Frisco, but ain't left the Bay. Kyle Shanahan time, can he bring us back to get our 6th ring? Imagine that. Light shine bright at Levi whenever it's game day. Take a hit from Bowman, calling it Mayday. Eric Reed ball out, getting the picks. New year, Garcon going deep for 6. Can't forget about Hyde when he toting the rock. While Robinson outside, keeping it locked. Had a lot of legends, time to make some new ones. Nothing but niners, haters come and get some. Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike, the Nothing But Niners crew, and today there are 3 members of the Nothing But Niners crew here with me. I have my man Ali. What's going on, baby? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on, Nick? I'm in hot country.
This man is literally in enemy territory, man. Nick, man, tell these people where he is, man. Like he's really there. You got to take yourself off mute before you start talking, brother. But Nick, tell these people where Ali is, man. What is going on with my man?
He is in the shittiest town in the country, the Shithawks. What are you doing in Seattle, bro?
Family wedding, man.
Yo, and I would de-wed them.
My man gets there, and not only is he in enemy territory, he's buying 49er stuff when he's there. Like, that's gangster. That is gangster, man. Ali representing and holding it down for the 49er faithfuls, man.
So did I tell you guys what happened with the girl at the store? She was rocking a Jimmy Graham's jersey, and I'm like, I was buying all this Niner gear, and she started smirking at me, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. You know what it is.
I can't believe that they have that kind of stuff in Seattle. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah, they actually said that the Niners are like one of the more popular stuff that they do sell
in Seattle.
Yeah, they said there's a lot of Niner fans that live out here. So
that is crazy. That is crazy, man. But yeah, so listen, man, for the people who are watching now, we're going to be talking about tight ends. But before we get into that, I want to find out how everybody's doing. So we know that Ali is up in Seattle right now for a family wedding, getting nice out there. I'm surprised you're not out and enjoying your night, man. I think taking some time with us today.
Yeah, no problem, man. Like we're about to get going in a little bit here, but I gotta jump on, show respect. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. I freaking love it, man. I appreciate it. So, Nick, what about you, man? What's going on with you, brother? What you doing over there?
Hey, man, I'm just chilling this weekend, man. I did a little bit of our Niners trivia earlier today, so if you want to check that out, make sure you visit our YouTube page as we are on now, or you can visit nothingbutniners.com on the video blog. Check out those videos there, man. We also got a lot of good ones with George Kittle up there, and got a ton of stuff coming at you, man. But I'm doing good, Mike. What's going on with you?
Same shit, different day, man. I'm on call, always on the clock, but I got to be careful. But, life is good. Moving into a house slowly this weekend, so we're going to keep this thing rolling. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bore you guys with my personal stories, but I thank you for asking, Nick. So listen, man, last week we had on George Kittle, and George Kittle was obviously the topic of our discussion because he was the topic, you know what I mean? But that got us to thinking about the tight ends overall. And before we get into our opinions on anything, I want the people to hear what George Kittle's GM had to say about him. So before we jump into this anymore, I want you guys to check this out, okay? This is GM John Lynch talking on KNBR, all right? And just check it out.
The new guys, I think one that's been, talked about a lot out there, and like you said, you don't want to overreact to OTAs, but George Kittle, a guy we got in the 5th round, is a guy who really flashed. He's got some suddenness to him in his movements. He catches the ball extremely well. One of the things we knew is that we weren't going to be able to build this to the way we want it in 1 year. So I think George gives us something we don't have in a playmaker like down near the red zone where you got a one-on-one matchup. We're confident we're going to move the ball because Kyle knows how to put together an offense, and we've got guys who fit into what he wants to do, the speed, the separators, all that. But, one thing you have to be able to do when you're down near the red zone and everything tightens up, do you have guys that can just man-on-man beat the guy in front of them? We were concerned we didn't have that, and we're going to have to live with that for a year. We feel like George Kittle maybe gives us something where he is that guy who in a one-on-one situation, you can flex him out, you can put him in the middle of the field, and he can kind of impose his will. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. He went on a little bit more about him, but, you guys, thoughts, man. Give me some opinions here. It sounds like George Kittle is the freaking man. Pleasantly surprised by the GM, right, Ali? Man, what do you take from that when you hear John Lynch say those kind of things about him?
Yeah, Lynch is surprisingly speaking very highly of a rookie. That's the most shocking thing I took away from that. Like, rookies got to earn your stripes. They don't GMs like that don't really come out of the gate and say those kind of things about a rookie. So I'm extremely excited for the possibility of what he can bring to the team this year and for the future. I loved what he had to say about his tenacity and his work ethic, especially in training camp. Not in training camp, in mini camp, sorry. So definitely looking forward to seeing his training camp and seeing how he does, and also his preseason to see how he fits our offensive scheme there.
Yeah, Nick, man. So first year GM is giving a lot of praise to first year tight end. You tell me, is this just fluff? Is this just who John Lynch is? Is he just going to say positive things about anybody, any opportunity he gets? Or are you buying into it? Do you think that there was really a surprise and he's like, you know what? This guy is our red zone threat. Because that's basically what he said. Like, we thought we were going to struggle when we got down there. We weren't sure if we had anybody who could take advantage of the man-to-man coverage or whatever in tight quarters. But pleasantly surprised. We have somebody already, and that's George Kittle. Is it fluff? Is he trying to divert the attention to him? Are they scheming already? What are your thoughts on this, man?
I don't think it's fluff. To be honest, I don't think it's fluff. I think he's being quite open and honest, as general manager John Lynch is. He's very quite open and honest, as we've seen with the Vance McDonald trade talks, as we've seen with other things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting attacked by the biggest bugs over. I swear to God, that was a bat. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so
don't start. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So what we saw about the tight end Vance McDonald, you're right. They had no problem saying that Vance is on the trade block, So you're saying that this is just going back to honesty.
Phone's ringing.
Uh-oh, we got an incoming call. This is on the Niners chat line here. So we're going to take our first phone call here. Hello, caller. What's your Twitter handle? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Guru, Guru, and my Twitter handle is at Guru, RAMT 30.
All right. And so we're talking about, thank you for calling, first of all. We're talking about tight ends right now. Specifically, we're focusing on George Kittle because he was the topic of our last video on YouTube. But we want to get your thoughts. Did you hear the interview that John Lynch provided with KMBR talking about the rookie?
Yeah, I definitely caught it. Yeah.
All right, so what were your thoughts on it? Because Nick was just saying that he thinks it's sincere. I'm not quite sure. I'm convinced that he's 100% sincere. Nick, take this over. What do you think there, Guru? You think that this is real praise, or is this him just being a nice guy?
I think it's real praise. If you look at George Kittle's tape at Iowa, he really did a lot of things that is going to be asked of him at the NFL level. Looked a lot like Owen Daniels did in Houston. And I think that really, really fits well when you're talking about Kyle Shanahan's system. A tight end who can block, who can catch, who can really do it all. And like playing in the pro style system in Iowa is really, really helping him adjust to the NFL, I think. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts. I really won't.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. He is definitely someone to keep an eye on. I'm talking about even for fantasy football. I mean, the way they're talking right now, we don't have a lot of tall targets. That's number one. A lot of the wide receivers here are, 6 feet or shorter. And like you said, he can create the separation down there. Coming from the pro style system, he's great at faking the block or initiating the block and then shedding it off and, and getting open down there in the red zone. That's exactly what we need. We didn't have a lot of that last year. So I think you're dead on. Nick, Ali, did you guys have anything you want to say to Guru here?
Yeah, so Guru, once again, thanks for calling, man, and really appreciate it.
Can you hear him, Guru?
Yeah, I can hear Nick.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. What's up going on, Guru? It's Nick. Hey, once again, like I said, thanks for calling in, man. We really appreciate it. So I agree with you. I totally agree with you on everything that you said. So, I mean, I don't have anything to coerce about with that, so.
All right.
Yeah. Can you just add one more thing?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Kittle as a fantasy option. I mean, it'll depend on Vance McDonald, right? I mean, he's making a lot of money, and I mean, the 49ers would probably have to play him if he makes the team or if he's not traded. So it'll all depend on that. But hey, I mean, maybe like later on in the season when the 49ers are sort of seeing what they have for the future. And maybe if Vance McDonald gets traded, I mean, George Kittle's a great option to have. I mean, as a sleeper in fantasy for sure.
Absolutely. And actually, that's something else that we're going to discuss. So I'm going to disconnect with you, man. Thank you for calling in. Make sure you stay tuned in. We're live on YouTube right now. So thank you very much. All right. Take care.
All right, man. All right. Later, guys.
See.
So he's absolutely right, guys. And this is what I want to say. Vance McDonald, let's go ahead and transition. George Kittle is here, and obviously his production is going to depend a lot on Vance McDonald. I'm going to ask you guys to start with Ali. Do you think Vance McDonald makes the roster? Do you think that when week 1 gets here, he is still active on the 49ers roster for any reason at all? If your answer is no, it could be because of cuts, trades, whatever. Do you think he's still here when we kick off the season?
No, I don't. I think that he is most likely going to be traded. If not, he will be a last-minute cut. If Vance McDonald's at the point of in his career that if he's not starting, which I don't think he will be on our team, I don't see him. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. If he's not starting on if he's not starting on the team, I don't see him as like a guy on like as a 3rd string or 4th string. You know what I mean? Just. Okay. Yeah, so that I think he is at the point where his value is high enough. He's shown enough of what he can do that they would either trade him or a last-minute release. Yeah, so I haven't heard the greatest things about Vance as well in minicamp. Like you've heard Cole Hikatini shout-outs. You've heard, obviously, George Kittle. You've heard Logan Paulson's got a few jabs in there.
Couple of sprinkles even about Selleck. But, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, Selleck as well, too, yeah.
Seems like McDonald's kind of the odd man out. And I'm wondering if that's posturing by the local guys, if that's posturing by the media because they knew he was on the trade block. Maybe it's, it's not worth writing about him now.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Definitely could be something with the local media just trying to look for a story where there isn't one.
Right. I mean, so I'm gonna throw this to Nick, and so this is my thing. Let's stick with the like I said, the posturing of the local media, the beat writers and all. Imagine this, okay? The Niners right now are currently trying to rebrand themselves, get this new image. Okay, we went from being the team who fired Harbaugh and everybody hated us, and then now we're trying to be like the good team that everybody loves. We have this open and honest GM that we didn't have before. We've got a head coach that everybody loves. Everyone thought that he was hands down the man, right? And then the Niners go into the offseason with this new front office. Jed York is getting respect and appreciation. Like I said, his approval numbers are up. And they openly admit that they were trying to trade Vance McDonald. Now, here's the thing. Maybe this is a conspiracy theory going wrong here, okay? But what if the beat writers are saying, man, Vance McDonald's looking really good in practice. Vance McDonald's running great routes. He seems to be blocking well. He's catching everything thrown to him. He's not dropping passes like he's been doing in the past. Maybe it's a good thing the Niners didn't trade him. And then there's an injury on, let's say, the Panthers. Greg Olsen goes down, and the Niners trade Vance McDonald to the Panthers. Now, all of a sudden, the fans are like, why'd you trade him if he was doing so good? All of a sudden, you got some negativity and stuff like that coming in there. Is it possible? Am I reaching here, Nick? Is it possible that the beat writers are purposely not saying that Vance McDonald is doing well? Or is he just flat out not motivated and just doesn't give a shit because he knows they wanted to trade him?
No, I don't think that it's lack of play on his part. I don't think that I think he's going to come in even hungrier. Because before we even drafted or anything like that, there was talk about him being traded. So him wondering, hey, what am I not doing right? I'm going to show these guys that they're wrong and such like that. So, but in the end, I do believe that the media builds a lot of stuff up. I mean, obviously, it's the media. So they're going to feed everybody with as much as they can to make any type of story. So, but in the long run, man, the only reason I think Vance gets cut is to be saved, or who he gets cut for is Logan Paulsen. And the only reason I think that is because of Logan's ability to know this system. So I know he's older, but he knows the system. I see that eyeball. But I think the tight ends that are going to be on the team this year, because I think I'm going to say Paulsen, Hikatini, Kittle, and it's gonna be close between Selleck and McDonald, but I think McDonald's gonna go.
So you have Paulsen, Hikatini.
I have 3 tight ends. Yeah,
Paulsen, Hikatini, Kittle, and a possible fourth between Selleck and McDonald.
Yeah.
Ali, I got to get your thoughts, man. Is that what you see? You think Logan Paulsen's going to make this team and get rid of a guy like Selleck or Vance McDonald? Both of these guys, by the way, have got very new contracts with some real money attached to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's Paulsen over McDonald. I think Paulsen's blocking is far superior to McDonald's, and I also think that I think Selleck makes the team too. I do think we probably do carry 4 tight ends this year, so I think Selleck makes the team over McDonald.
Wow. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, I don't know. What is Vance really like? What is he? Like what? And what I'm asking is he ever going to reach his potential? Do you see him ever reaching a potential to be a Pro Bowl tight end?
I can't tell you he's a Pro Bowl tight end. I can't say that.
Do you think he can ever reach a potential to be a Pro Bowl tight end?
Yes, I do think that he could. Go ahead, Nick.
I agree with you, Mike. I think that he can. I think in the years that he's been here, we brought him in as a pass blocking tight end or a run blocking tight end, and he did well at run blocking. It took him 2 years to get his hands right, but even in college, his hands weren't all that good. So I'm not going to sit here and bash Vance. I think Vance has come a long way since he's started with us. I think his hands have gotten a lot better. His route running has gotten a lot better. His speed has gotten better. His blocking skills have stayed the same. I think he has been a better receiver, a receiving tight end, basically. But I do see that he has potential. But it's kind of like another person on this team that I have where I'm going to sit here and say that I think he'd be better suited with somebody else because of the young talent that we're bringing in. I think right now is the year that we're rebuilding, and we've talked about this. So So I think this is the time that we build our team. And if Vance is on this team this year, he's going to be on the team next year. And they're building right now the team that they're going to have for 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, I don't know.
All right. So listen. All right. I got something to say. I think the fans have to calm down with how hype we get over every free agent Kyle Shanahan brought in, especially because he has a connection to Kyle Shanahan. This whole thing about Logan Paulson making this team, I'm not buying it. I'm not believing it. He's the oldest tight end in the room. I do think that he's here for a reason, but I think that reason's to be a teacher. And I know that coach came flat out and said, I would never sign a guy just for the purposes of being X, Y, and Z. I'm not signing guys to be mentors. I know he said that already, but you can't convince me that there's a better option. I don't know what's going on here. Can you guys see me? No camera here?
No, I can't see you.
I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, it's like I'm just not convinced that there is a better option than Logan Paul that Logan Paulson is the best option. I'm sorry. So I don't get it. I don't see what he brings to the table that we don't have in someone else already. He's an 8-year guy. Vance McDonald was significantly more impressive than he was at the combine. So I'm going to read you guys some numbers, okay? I have the following combine results pulled up here. Okay? One is
before you jump into that, sorry to cut you off. Are we wrong as fans right now giving a roster spot to an undrafted free agent like Cole Kikatini over a guy who's already proven himself in Vance McDonald? Because let's be honest, what have we seen Cole Kikatini do other than his college tape?
Well, what have we seen George Kittle do? If that's the case, none of these guys are going to make the roster. We can't just say, what do they do?
No, but he's a UDFA, right?
Yeah, Cole Hikatini, undrafted free. Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
You're saying that there's value in him at least just being picked up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I can get that. I can get with that.
Like, are we wrong here, or am I just throw?
I wasn't even gonna throw out there that Hikatini is gonna be the guy to make the roster. I wasn't even gonna go that far. All I was gonna say was, I'm not gonna just dismiss Vance McDonald or Garrett Selleck because of someone like Logan Paulson. That's what I was alluding to. I wasn't even concerned about the Cole Hikatini option. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Nick, what do you think, man? I mean, am I insane here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm insane. Okay.
Look, I'm not saying that you're insane, and I'm with Ali as to some point, but the contract details, and I know we have a lot of money, and money shouldn't have been an issue with the whole contract stuff, but we signed Logan Paulson for a 1-year deal, right? He got a signing bonus of $125K for a base salary of $775,000, and he gets an additional $100,000 for a roster bonus, right? So it's pennies, right? So we also have, let's see, so he's joining Vance McDonald, Garrett Selleck, Blake Bell, Jerron Ham, Cole Hikatini, George Kittle, and that's it. So out of those guys, when you do something, right, so let's say you're coaching somebody or teaching somebody something, right? You teach them something that you know, right? So that's the only thing that they're benefiting from Logan Paulson. They're benefiting the knowing the language, knowing the system. Because we don't even know. His system could be totally different than it is in Atlanta. It's just the same verbiage, same type of things like that. So, that's my feeling on it. And that's the only reason I think Logan Paulson makes this team. And I understand what you're saying, Mike, as to where he's older and you think that he's going to be there for training camp, but then when it comes down to cutting the 53, they're going to use him to teach the system and then get rid of them. And I see where you're coming from. Like, I can't side with you or be mad at you for thinking that. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Logan Paulson and Kyle Shanahan have a good connection, and I think that he's not going to cut him. And I'm not saying it's because he's a friend or anything like that, but they obviously brought him here for a reason. Whether it's just to teach the guys or be on the team is to be seen. So, I mean, I guess we have to keep our eyes open and ears peeled and see what happens. But I think Vance gets traded. Like I said, I think it's going to be between him and Selleck. Jerron Ham's not going to make the team. And I'm not even sure about Belldozer. You know, I don't even think – we haven't seen anything from him either. We have a ton of players on this team, but we're talking tight ends right now. So
Is this Blake Bell's third year?
Third year.
Bell, but yeah, Blake Bell in his third year. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember any plays that you were impressed with Blake Bell in his first 2 years?
None.
Well, he hasn't really played. I mean –
Well, I remember him on here and there. I agree with like he hasn't played consistently, but I remember him on the field a few times.
Yeah, but how do you get sync if you're not playing with the ones? Like, you come on the field, you don't practice with ones, you're practicing with threes. There's a chemistry in the game of football. I mean, it's not just a game of catch. You know what I mean? Knowing people's footwork from a quarterback standpoint. Knowing how the routes are supposed to be ran. So
I will say that we didn't, even in like practice or something, you never hear Blake Bell standing out. You know what I mean? Give me the last time you read a beat writer pumping the tires of Blake Bell.
Yeah, but why are we going to listen to the beat writers anyway? Because they did the same thing with DeAndre White.
No, I disagree.
Posturing. See, that's what I was talking about. Now you guys are getting to me. Go ahead, continue. I
disagree a bit. Like they're showing they are saying what they are seeing. Whether they are pumping the tires of someone more than another, but to not even bring up the name, like.
No, I agree with you, but they talk about players that the fans want to hear about. How many true Niners fans?
I want to hear. No,
I'm saying I do too. But I'm saying how many, as a beat writer or a person like that, like we were talking about earlier, they pump these kids up to make them seem like they're something. They did it with the Hain Train. The guy had a nickname and everything coming into the NFL, and was super pumped and had every single fan super pumped, including me, on Jared Hain. They did the same thing with DeAndre White, and we cut him or stash him, do whatever we did with him. Same thing with Smelter. You know what I mean? It's just, I understand what you're saying, Ali, but they're going after what people are talking about. They follow Twitter. They follow everybody on Twitter. They say, oh, these guys are talking about George Kittle. Oh, these guys are talking about Hikatini. We're going to start writing articles on these guys and watch them and see what we see and boost them up a little bit. I understand what you're saying, though.
All right, so this is what I'm taking away from it. Now, it's going to be a tight competition, okay? At some point, I think we can all agree that a tight end is going to be cut, and it's going to shock us all, right? So that's not even – I don't think that's anything worth debating. I think that at some point there's going to be a name that gets cut from this roster, and we're all going to be taken aback a little bit, whether it be Vance McDonald. You can say what you want. I just don't see Vance McDonald as a given, flat-out, understood cut. I'm not there. Vance McDonald – it's one of the faster targets. He's one of the better blockers on the team. He's not just some random guy like a Blake Bell. Or it's Logan Paulson, who we just picked up, who has the familiarity with the system. That'll be a little bit of a shocker. All right, we got another call coming in here from San Jose. I'm going to let this person get on here. All right, you guys ready? You are live with the Nothing But Niners crew. We are discussing some tight ends and writers by the beat writers and everything. What's going on? Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Like they hung up. They got disconnected. Well, if you're still out there, give us a call back. That's right, you guys. We do have a phone number here. Nick, do you have that number in front of you so you can give the people the number here? I believe 628 888-3443. You guys can give us a call. We are live right now, and we are taking phone calls if you guys have an opinion. San Jose is calling back. Let's see if we can get him on this time. You're on with Nothing But Niners. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Oh, this is Guru again. I just have to chime in, man.
He said, I got to get back in here. What's going on, bud?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me again. I just got to chime in with my Cole Hikatini talk.
Okay. What you got on Cole Hikatini?
So, I mean, the Niners, they spent a lot of money to get Cole Hikatini in. I mean, you're talking about the free agency bonus, right? He was one of those priority free agent guys. He wasn't one of those he wasn't one of those guys off the street who you bring in for a tryout. The 49ers want him to be on the team in some capacity. It's going to depend on whether you're able to sneak him on the practice squad. Because if they're not able to sneak him on the practice squad, they're going to have to find him a slot on the team. Because right now, it's really looking like if the 49ers release Cole Hikatini, someone else is going to pick him up and put him on the 53.
Well,
so it's gonna. There are a lot of factors with Cole Hikatini. It's not just how he plays and how he does in practice and how he shows up on the field.
I hear you now, and I understand that you're saying that the Niners gave him a lot of money, but that's all relative. It's very relative because the Niners gave a lot of money to Garrett Selleck. They're giving a lot of money to, and in comparison, Cole Hikatini is getting pennies compared to those two. So if we're basing it just off of that, he's still the odd man out, don't you think?
I would totally agree with you. And I mean, if Garrett Selleck were to really outplay Cole Hikatini in camp, then that's something that I'm sure John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan will definitely look into. But I guess what I'm saying is that since Cole Hikatini is their guy, they're going to want to see him develop at least and give him a chance to develop in the 49ers system. I think that's going to be important. And who knows, he might not get many preseason camps because of it.
No, I mean, listen, you're absolutely right. I don't know if they're going to try to just flat out not play him and make him look bad, but the college tape is going to speak for itself when it comes to Cole Hikatini. A lot of people had him as a top 5 tight end when I was looking at some of these mock drafts and stuff like that. And there was an injury, correct me if I'm wrong, that set him back, right?
Yeah, there's a knee injury for sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, he went from being one of the better tight ends in the draft, really undrafted. And you're right, the Niners did go out of their way and make a push for him, and they were wooing him, so to speak. You know what I mean? So
right.
I completely get what you're saying, but, that was just me playing devil's advocate. Nick and Ollie, do you guys have anything you want to add to this? Nope.
No, I'm good. I think he nailed it on the spot. I mean, I don't think that we get rid of him. I think, and it's going to be tough to stash him on the 53, or the practice squad. So with this new cut system, man, I'm kind of interested in seeing how it's going to happen because, I mean, going from 90 to 53 is going to be really tough. There's going to be a lot of players signed late, and we could pick up guys that we're not even talking about right now that are starters on our team in 2017, 2018 years. So, it's definitely going to be hard to hide those players on any team, not just the 49ers. But I agree with him. I mean, it's either we're going to keep him or we're going to lose him. So. And that's going to be what a lot of teams this year.
You hit the nail on the head there, Nick, with that. I think there's minimum one player on this team. There's minimum one player on this team that makes the 53-man roster that is not currently on the squad right now.
So just another team's cast off is going to be a starter
for the
Niners. See, and that's
absolutely.
I hear you. I get what you guys are saying, but that kind of pisses me off. I'm tired of our team being composed and made up of the scrap heap. I want us to have our guys that we have a value and that we think are good. The Niners, not too long ago, every time we cut someone, the Cardinals or the Seahawks or the Rams were jumping on them immediately because they knew how good of the talent was.
I totally agree. I mean, the way the Niners have fallen in the Baalke era has been not good. And I mean, we have to rebuild the roster now. It's a reality. And I mean, we had one of the best undrafted free agent classes this year. So there are definitely some gems there that we're going to have to look to keep. And if we cut them, then I mean, they get picked up by another team and they're good on that team. And that's something we would regret. And if you're looking at John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, I mean, if you're looking at older guy versus younger guy, right? You'd probably prefer to keep the younger guy, right? Because as you guys are saying, we're rebuilding. This is a rebuilding year, and we want to have as many young guys in the building as we can.
Even during a rebuild, and yes, youth is extremely important during a rebuild. It's the guys at the end of the contracts that are important, as well as the guys at the beginning of their contracts, because those older guys are there to impart the wisdom on the youth. You saw what happened last year when the 49ers had the second or third youngest team in the NFL. We would get blown out.
Yeah.
We wouldn't show up in the second half, and what's happening? We can hear laughing, giggling, and ping pong playing in the background immediately following games. And you heard the veteran saying, man, like the locker room just had no kind of what's the word I'm looking for? No, not responsibility, but they weren't accountable. They would lose a game and they would just go about their business. All right, on to the next. And that was it.
And I agree, but are Derek Chelik and Blake Bell those veterans?
Blake Bell? No. But Vance McDonald, Garrett Selleck, maybe even a Logan Paulson. Yes, those are those guys. But here's the thing. So Nick looked up before we started talking, before we got on here and so we're speaking with you all, Nick looked up how many tight ends Atlanta carried last year. And what was the answer, Nick? How many were there?
It was 3.
There were 3 tight ends on Atlanta's active roster last year. So I'm going to throw this to our guests, and then I'm going to let you go after this. Give me your 3 tight ends that make the roster. But now, again, this is all subject to change. We are not holding anyone to anything right now. We haven't seen a single preseason snap. So I don't want anyone thinking, oh, that person's crazy or whatever. But from based off of what you know already, give me your 3 tight ends to make this roster, and you got to be making some tough decisions here.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there are no 3 tight ends on this roster that really stick out, in my opinion. Really.
So you don't you want to try it?
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try. So I mean, I think it's gonna be Vance McDonald. I think you need that blocking tight end. So I mean, of course, our draft pick. God, why is his name not coming to mind?
I got you,
George Kittle. Right. And then I think we keep. I think it's Logan Paulson. I think Logan Paulson would be number 3. I really do.
But you called trying to convince me that we were going to keep Hicatini. Oh, you think he's going to be a practice squad stash? You said that.
Yes. You're going to try and sneak him on the practice squad. And if there's no way, I mean, I'm sure they send feelers around him, right, to see who would possibly sign Hicatini if they let him go. But I think I really think this is a situation where you might have to keep 4 tight ends. I mean, I think last year, like, Atlanta was really good, and their tight ends were, I mean, they had Jacob Tamme, Austin Hooper, and Levi Tuilolo. Like, their number 3 tight end could start on any team.
But that's the name. That was the one that he said, Jacob Tamme. I knew there was another tight end that they had, and I was like, it has to be more than 3 because we're missing a name. I was thinking about Jacob Tamme.
Tight end they had.
Go ahead. Nick had the list there. I didn't pull it up. Do you still have the list of the tight ends that were there?
Hooper, Tuilolo, and Perkins.
And Perkins. He didn't have Tamme. So did Tamme get injured maybe at the some point and was replaced?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
that would make sense. But it still leaves us with just 3 though. So it was 4 and they replaced him with like a tackle or something like that, you know. But let's just say there was 4. That kind of changes things up. Who would your 4 be then? So you already have Vance McDonald, you have Logan Paulson, and you have George Kittle. If you had the opportunity to make a 4th, who would it be? Hicatini without hesitation. All right, I'm going to let you go. Thanks again for calling, and I'm going to throw this question right back to Ali now because we're gonna keep this thing going here. Ali, give us your 3 guys because we're going to stick with the formula that we see from Atlanta. Give me your 3 tight ends to make this roster. And again, this is all before seeing anything. All of this is subject to change, people. We are not being held to this. We're not writing this prediction out all the way through. All right, so go ahead, Ali. Give us what you
got. Kittle, Hicatini, and Selleck.
Wow. Nick. All right, come on, Nick.
I already said Vance was getting cut or traded, so I can't back up on that now. So I'm gonna say Kittle, Hicatini, and Paulson.
No way. You're not going to have the two youngest and the oldest. There has to be something in the middle. So you wait. I want you guys to understand what you're saying. You're saying that the Niners are going to cut the two tight ends being paid the most. Well, no. Ali had Selleck making the team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I respect that a little bit because of that contract especially. But you're trying to tell me that they're getting rid of them both? They just don't care about the dead money, the dead cap? Nothing.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, this is all to be foreseen. So, yeah, I mean, I had already said McDonald's going to be traded or cut. So, if he is not traded or cut, and I didn't say that, then I would have him making this team as well. Other than, but I already said he was being cut. So I'm going to go with Hicatini, Kittle, and Paulson.
All right, I respect that. So here's my prediction, and you know, I'm just going last because I was passing the mic around, but I'm going to say Vance McDonald does not make this team. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I don't think it's because he's not good enough. I do not think under any circumstance Vance McDonald gets cut from this roster. I think that he is good enough to make the roster, and I think he's good enough to impress. However, I think that there's going to be an injury somewhere else at some point during the preseason, and a team is going to be desperate for a tight end, and I think the Niners get their trade that they attempted earlier this year with Vance McDonald. That's when I think he departs. So I don't think he's going to make the team, but I think that's why. And when it comes to the three guys that are going to make this roster, I got Selleck, I've got Kittle, and I've got Hicatini or Blake Bell, one of those two. I don't have Paulson making this roster at all. I don't see what he brings to the table. I'm sorry.
I know you don't, and that's why I continue to put him on there, because I know you don't like me saying it, so it's okay. We got to stick together, Mike. We got to stick together, buddy.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's keeping me balanced, though, man. I appreciate it, man. You're keeping me on my toes. So, listen, I mean, do you guys want to keep going? You guys want to go ahead and wrap this thing up? We've been going for quite some time, right?
Yeah, I want to see if we got any more callers out there. Just what we been going for now?
Yeah, if you guys want to call, make sure you pick up the phone. And I see we have some live viewers here still. Area code 628-888-3443 is the number. You guys pick up the phone and call.
And it could be for anything, any question on the 49ers. Doesn't have to be strictly to a tight end. So if you guys got any questions or anything about Nothing But Niners crew or anything like that of what we're doing, stuff like that, give us a call.
And by the way, 100% beat writers write with a bias. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
All of us agree with that. So you can't tell me that there's no influence from the team either. You can't tell me that. And I think that the most respected guys are connected closely to the team. You're never going to see stories that kind of contradict or go against what the front office are doing. You don't see those kind of things coming from the likes of Mayoko or Burrows. You know, those are the guys that keep it 100 all the time. And they're very, very aligned in the good guys. The less controversy, the better for those two guys. Am I right or wrong?
So there was a question on the actual live chat from Douglas LaFive. I guess that's how you say that. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly or butchered it. But he said, so he has a question for us that says, what do any of us see us being 12-4 team and make it to the playoffs?
This season? He's talking about
this season.
2017?
2017, baby.
12-4. No.
12-4. Hey, we have done a discussion on this. If you haven't checked it out, check our article out on nothingbutniners.com called Bet on the 49ers. So one of our writers, Abel, did write an article there about the over-under that for the Vegas bet. So
yeah, that's right. Take a look at that article, www.nothingbutniners.com. Nick nailed it. Go to the blog section and you will see it. Bet on the Niners, right?
Yeah,
that was good. We even did a roundtable discussion about it. So you guys make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because you guys are going to see a lot of the good stuff here. You guys are going to hear a lot of good stuff. We're going to have open discussions. But no, I don't think under any circumstances we pull out 12 wins this year. That would take an act of God.
Let's quickly throw the Twitter handle out there for the faithfuls. I don't think we've done that yet. So at nothing but 9 ERS.
That's correct. That's right. You guys got to know where to find us, and that's exactly where we are. So Nick, phone's not ringing, man. I don't know if anyone else is going to call in tonight. And these beetles are getting bigger, and the skunk keeps popping his head out from behind my shed. You guys are going to see me shoot something. A lot of trouble, man. I'm not trying to go to jail tonight over a skunk.
Yeah. So hey, for all those that are watching, thanks for joining us. For all those that have called, thanks for joining us. All of you just said show us support every day on Twitter, on our website, everywhere that we can be found. Keep your eyes open and your ears peeled. Because, yeah, I know, Mike, I messed it up. So, yeah, guys, I appreciate your support as well as all the other Nothing But Niners crew members do. Keep stopping by nothingbutniners.com. You can find us at nothing-but-9ERS, like Ali said on Twitter. You guys can find us on Instagram at nothingbutniners. You can find us on Facebook, the group Nothing But Niners. You can also find us on Snapchat, Nothing But 9ERS. And am I forgetting anything? Oh, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher.
Yeah. I should have taken over the Nothing But Niners Snapchat for this trip.
Yeah, you should.
I should have. It's too late now.
So, no, it's not too late. Hey, also, if anybody's interested, we still got some open spots for our trivia. If you guys are interested, you can check out our videos that are above or below and check these out. We just did one today, but that is for a chance to win a jersey of your choosing. Yeah. So check that out if you're interested in the trivia. Hit us up on Twitter account or email nothingbutniners@gmail.com.
You guys okay if I ask one more question to you guys? Are we done with the tight end group here?
Oh yeah, I think we're done with the tight ends, man. It's going to be
all right.
To watch.
I'm wondering I'm going to ask you guys this: what's the one early season obstacle that we are going to face this year for the first part of the season? So like for the first four games, you know what I mean? The first 4 to 6 games. What's the one early season obstacle we will face?
You want me to go first, Mike?
Yeah, because I'm not sure I understand the question.
So he's saying, like, what's an obstacle the team's going to face in the first 4 games? So, like, what I'm going to say is chemistry between the quarterback and receivers.
Okay.
All right, I get that. I mean, but there's more than one answer for this. Like you said,
absolutely there is.
Yeah.
That's an obvious one. The new scheme on defense is going to be something that these guys have to get used to. Yes, it's more simplified, but it's still new for all of them there. Well, most of them there. I think Navarro Bowman is going to have to be used to coming off of the bench a little bit more, and that's going to change the demeanor in that locker room a lot. I think that is something that no one is willing to talk about. No one even wants to entertain the possibility. But when you listen to John Lynch speak, he talks about the athleticism that Malcolm Smith is showing, and that he exceeded his expectations so far. You hear them. We haven't even seen Reuben Foster. You know what I mean? I mean, these guys are all vying for the same positions there. And so I think Navarro Bowman is going to have to swallow that pill called pride and accept a rotational role. He's not going to be a 3-down linebacker anymore. He's got to understand that. And I don't know how that's going to go over for someone like Navarro Bowman. When he was confronted with that early in the year, they said, well, you know, there's 3 of you guys playing for one position. Somebody's going to be coming off the bench. Navarro didn't say, oh, you know, the competition is going to strengthen us. And paused. He looked at the camera and said, I'm not coming off the bench. I'll tell you that now. It's not going to be me. That's not what you want to hear.
He was right, though.
No, he's not right. What makes you think he's right?
He was right, though. At that time, he was right.
How?
He
said that this season. He hasn't taken a snap in this.
No, but you were saying he said that last year.
No, he said that this year. That this happened this year.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. If I did say this happened last year, I apologize. This happened this year.
I was confused because I was like, he was right last year up until the Dallas game where he got injured. But
right. This is with the new scheme, and people were talking about how he felt when he found out the Niners drafted Reuben Foster. Did he feel any added pressure and things like that? Or when they pick up Malcolm Smith, that was a line of questions. This was early on, right around the time where OTAs were getting started. It's not going to be me. I'm not coming off the bench. It won't be me. And a lot of people look at it as, oh, he sounds so confident and whatever. I'm not sure that's confidence. I'm not sure that's confidence. That might be a little bit of arrogance. That might be a little bit of that bravado. He's earned it. Don't get me wrong. He has definitely earned it. But that's something that he's going to have to learn to deal with. And I think that it's not being looked at closely enough by this fan base. I think that's going to be a huge obstacle.
What do you think? The guy wearing the Bowman jersey. Can we get a thought?
I think you're batshit crazy.
I agree with you, Nick.
I think you're batshit crazy. You're not going to take the leader of this defense off the team.
The heart and soul.
Right now. I can see. Let me finish. I can see it maybe happening later down the road, but I don't see it happening this year because of the youth that they have at linebacker now.
I never said take him off the team.
No. I'm saying I can see it happening. Getting further down the road, but I mean, we just signed him to a huge contract. They are not going to do that.
You guys just got done cutting Vance McDonald.
Okay, but you cannot compare Vance McDonald. Oh shit! I just spilled ice everywhere.
You can't. Shit. You can't compare Vance McDonald and Navarro Bowman.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what? Whoa.
Mike, that's like comparing me and you. You can't do it. I'm a whole lot better.
You can absolutely this coaching staff can 100% look at Vance McDonald and Navarro Bowman the same way. Neither one of them have done shit for them. There is no obligation to keep these guys around. Zero. And both of them are always injured now. You can absolutely compare them. And they have one of the higher salary cap hits on this team. You absolutely look at these guys the same.
Look,
I drink a lot of this bottle.
I don't think you're too far fetched off with it happening. Like I'm saying, I think that it's working its way towards that, but I don't think it's going to be happening this year or possibly next. But I think that is something that could happen with him. But this team this year, I think Navarro Bowman, if his injury is as good as everybody says it is, his leadership role can't be replaced every down on the field.
It's not about.
I could see maybe 1 or 2, 3 plays a game, but he's not going to sit like. There's no way. And this, I know what this is going back to. This is going back to last year when you were saying that you thought he was going to retire.
It also goes back to the first 2 games of the season where I told you guys Armstrong outplayed him. And everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy. And then they made the excuses that he was coming back from the knee injury and all that. Yeah, okay, that was all true. And Ali, by the way, you're muted, brother. I muted you while you were picking up the ice and stuff because it was loud.
I'm sorry.
It's all good, but I want to let you guys know I said all that for a reason, okay? Bowman was coming back from a knee injury. Yes, that's all true and everything. But he was a step slower, and Armstrong outplayed Navarro Bowman when they were both on the field at the same time, okay? Now, fortunately for him, we were playing a 3-4, so there was no competition for who was going to get the playing time. Now, there is. And you got Malcolm Smith, who has played the position before at a Super Bowl MVP level. You have the rookie, the most highest touted linebacker in the last, 5-10 years? All playing for the same position. And you guys are telling me we have nothing to worry about, that they're not going to put him on the bench. They don't want him out of the locker room, but they damn sure are going to put the best prospects on the team. They're going to put them on the field.
Taking him off the field is going to take him out of the locker room.
And if he's a real leader, he'll accept it.
Yeah, I guess.
And I'm telling you that he's going to struggle with that. Navarro Bowman is not the fastest linebacker.
I agree with you on that, Mike. I agree that if he if that happens to him, what you're predicting or saying, he will struggle with that. It's not something that he will go down accepting like, whatever's best for the team. No, not
He's
Bo.
not going to do that. He's not wired like
Not Bo. Not Bo.
And imagine what that's going to do to that locker room. Like, you guys are calling him the leader. Imagine when he gets upset. Imagine when he starts bad-mouthing Salah or the GM.
Ooh.
I think if he does sit this year, like take plays off, it's because to keep him healthy.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. I don't think it's anything about.
And that's what the coaching staff and the GM are going to tell him. And meanwhile, the people watching are going to know better. Just like I knew better last year.
Yeah, but I agree with you on Ray Armstrong. Totally agree with you on Ray. I loved Ray. What did I say this year before we drafted Ruben, before we took Malcolm Smith? I said I wanted Ray Armstrong, Dante Hightower, and Navarro Bowman. Because the speed on the outside with Hightower and Ray would have been incredible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not totally against you. Nobody's talking about Ray Armstrong. He's going to come out like a beast out of a shotgun this year.
And I absolutely love that everyone's already counting this young man out. I love it. I absolutely love it, man, because it's gonna stoke that fire so much. The level of competitiveness has gone from 0 to 1,000 this year. Thing to see, but here's the issue: if we are really going to be a team, we're gonna pull together. We have to accept that you have to sit down so this person can go in, and fresh legs are better than your legs. Just not sure that everybody's built to handle that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is going to be that's probably going to be it right there, because that is a tone setter for the rest of the season. And
I'll quickly give
influence on the fans. It's going to be huge.
I'll quickly give mine and I'll jump off. I think one of our biggest obstacles. It's a two-parter. I think special teams and turnovers. I think because of the amount of new pieces that it has, it's not overnight that we're going to gel. And because of that, there will be a lot of mistakes. And
that goes back to what Nick was saying about the chemistry between wide receiver and quarterback being
exactly.
I get that. I can see that. I'm not mad at that. But I will tell you this, though. Brian Hoyer is not coming in here. He's not the best. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to gas him up or anything like that. But I do think that Brian Hoyer knows the safe throws versus the risky ones. And I also think that he understands building confidence early on. I think that he will do a great job of minimizing the turnovers in an Alex Smith type of way. That's all. That's what I'm.
All right, fellas. I got a header.
Make sure you rep that Niners hat out there with them Shithawks fans.
Absolutely. I gotta dress up a little bit nicer for the wedding, but
look, at least you're not stuck at a Super Bowl like I was.
Oh man, I don't even know what to say about that.
Hey, it's all good because I rep my Niners shit. I'm surprised I didn't get beat up or killed in the parking lot.
Hey man, I've been repping it out here all the time. People are looking at me the wrong way. I just smile at them and I put my cap down and I give them the whole hell salute. I'm like, this is 5 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
I'm out, fellas.
All right. See you, Ali. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
No problem.
Yo, that his question at the end there is an entire topic all on its own.
Yeah,
what do you think obstacles are going to be? Were there any comments over on the? I wasn't watching the.
Yeah, I've been watching. Douglas has been in there commenting a lot. He says he thinks there should be a lot of rotation going on. They keep our guys fresh, not like we did last year, and keep them all in the damn time. Exactly. He says, I don't think bringing up money is the issue. I think whoever the best it is that day. Sorry, that's just the way I see it. And Bowman should stay. He's still got some dog in him. He agrees with that. So he also gave us a compliment as he was going to have a lot of the Rombo Sports people who watch him come over. He said he loves our show. He's also a Rambo supporter, which we are as well.
Rambo's awesome, man. Love
Rambo's a great guy. Love the energy that he brings, and yeah, I mean, we're all in this together, man. We all love our team. We support each other. So, you know, we're not going to tell you what to listen to, what not to listen to. We're not like that. We're true faithfuls, just doing what we do because we love our team. And, you know, big ups to all those people, you know, Hub and WebZone and Rambo. So big ups to all of them. And if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but
everyone out there doing podcasts, let me tell you guys something, all right? I know a lot of people just sit back and wait for the next one to drop and everything, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of preparation to put together a good one, okay? Yes. It's easy to just hit record and sit around and just shoot the shit and everything like that, but to have your topics lined up and things like that and have guests and stuff like that lined up and getting good quality questions with those guests, not just asking the same questions to every guest that you get, things like that. That takes work. That takes time. So I tip my hat to everyone out there doing consistent podcasts, everyone out there doing consistent video casts or vlogs or whatever it is that you want to call it. You guys out there writing articles all the time, especially this time of year. That takes a lot of commitment. There is absolutely nothing to write about for the next month and a half, and people are still cranking stuff out. And those are the people I tip my hat to. All right, Nick, I'm done, man. I
agree.
These big ass bats and this skunk, man. Go ahead and take it, baby.
Hey guys, everyone watching worldwide, man, we appreciate it. Thanks for your support. But above all else, stay faithful. We out.
NothingButNiners.com.